And it's a big mystery who is really Christ's and who is not. It's a big mystery because nobody knows except for God and that individual. You don't know who else in this chat room is really of Christ or who really belongs to Christ. You can only do what Peter says, and he says, make sure you are one of the elect. And as an individual, I can only make sure I am one of the elect, and it's my responsibility to make sure. I can't make sure you get into heaven. Brothers and sisters, I can't make sure Catherine can get into heaven. I can't make sure Sister Ronnie or Cindy can get. I can't make sure Sister Elizabeth get into heaven. I can only do the commands and instructions in following Jesus to make sure. I can only watch myself that closely. I can only look at myself that closely. I can only examine the inner parts of my own secrecy in my mind and heart in the aloneness of my life with God, me, myself, and I, and God. And that's the only one I can really be. It's the only one I'm accountable to. The only person you're accountable to, brothers and sisters, is yourself. You're not going to stand to be accountable for anyone else. God's not going to pull you up to the judgment seat and make you give an account for me or me give an account for you. I'm going to give an account for myself, and you're going to give an account for yourself. No one else but you. And so this is what it boils down to in our journey and in our Christian community and in our society as we're fellowshipping in churches and live streams and stuff and trying to figure out, how can I get to heaven? And we watch people, we look at other people, we try to learn from other people, but in the big picture, the only way we can be certain is to learn directly from God. And He's given us the scriptures, and hopefully He's given us the Holy Spirit. In the big picture, the scriptures and the Spirit are all you really need to make it into heaven. And God will provide friends and brethren to connect with, because I'm not saying you don't need to connect with the church or the people. We need to break bread with one another, and that's important. But God will give us a way of identifying someone we can trust and people to get close to.